Straighten that up a little bit for you guys. Good evening. How are we all doing? That's not me. That's from a photograph I did last year now. Yeah. It was a photo shoot over in Brighton. So, my name's Scott. I'm a photographer, pro photographer, been a photographer now for 20 odd years. Let's just scroll that up to the top. And I was scoping earlier on, but cut it short because my Periscope friend, director Chris, was doing an exclusive scope with a documentary film that he was working on. So yeah, we kind of cut it short to go and see that, which is really cool. And follow him, guys, at director Chris. He's a good guy. He's working on this documentary that he's been working on about DJ Carnage. So yeah, he's got some good stuff, and he's working hard, and he's pushing it and putting it together. Anyway, so previous scope, I was editing some photographs, and I was talking about kind of why how I work, how I think about photography, how I go about creating my work, and I thought we could have a little look at the kind of stuff that I do. So say hi, say hello, come and join in the fun, ask some questions. This is just some photographs that I've edited up and it's on my hard drive, and I thought we could talk about some of the stuff that I've been working on. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Twitter as well, so SRPics, at SRPics. So if you're watching online, drop me some questions via Twitter and I'll pick them up for you as well, alright? And I'll try and keep an eye on the laptop at the same time as talking to you, because I know not everybody is downloaded the app and what have you. So let's scroll that up to the screen. Apologies for whizzing around on this, but let's pick a picture and let's talk about it, why I created it. This is quite interesting. Okay, here we go. So, local festival in my village, actually. I was talking about that earlier on, but this was another little festival that they had going on. And this was a Morris dance troupe that were down there, and I thought, hey, do you know what? This will make some interesting photographs. So I went along and just created some stuff. A lot of people, I think we got into it earlier, we were talking about, sure, it's great to have great budgets and big budgets and travel the world taking photographs, but there's stuff outside your front door that's happening every single day, and I'm a great believer in recording that. You've got to train your eye, you've got to look out for stories, and you've got to keep an eye. Let's just screw that around a little bit, because there's loads of odd colours showing on my iPhone. I don't know how that's looking for everyone else. So yeah, look at your local press, look at your local websites, see what's going on, and get out there and take pictures, because that's what it's all about. So I do it. I'm a professional. If I hear about something and I want to go and photograph it, I just go down there. I don't need anybody to, some photographers that I've known in the past, won't pick up their camera unless they're going to earn some money out of it, Doesn't work like that with me. You have got to work at your art, and it is an art form, and you've got to work at it. So this was literally down 5 minutes away from where I am now. I'm along the coast, on the south coast of the UK. If you're looking at a map, Brighton is one side of me, and then you go along the coast and Portsmouth's the other side, and I'm slap bang in the middle. So a little seaside village, and this was kind of, when was it? November time last year. So went off, did some photographs, and good thing about events, if you want to take photographs, you just like photographs, you can merge into the crowd a little bit. Normally at an event, people are there to be photographed. They know that people are going to be there. Whether you've got an iPhone, whether you've got a DSLR with all the kit, everything, they're there to be photographed, and they don't normally mind. I still try and ask people, because I guess I'm a bit old-fashioned, or introduce yourself. It doesn't hurt. That shot I was particularly pleased with. Just the timing alone, I don't know how well you can see that, but he's just got some air. And he's just taken off. So yeah, I was pleased with that. That was a nice shot. The light was awful, but often the case. You work with what you get. You know, you're working on creating a set of pictures and documenting the set of photographs. Yeah. You don't have to be into Morris dancing, okay? To me, it doesn't matter. I can find an interest in pretty much. You can pick up the passion that people have for stuff, okay? I've photographed so many things, you know. I'll show you some pictures in a minute from a dog show. High Fusion Tourism, nice of you to join us, thank you. I photographed dog shows and I photographed construction sites and stuff. It doesn't matter what it is, you know. This is Morris dancing, okay? You might look at that, but hopefully I do it justice. Hello there, how you doing? Yeah, so we're just talking about some of the photographs and how I work and my approach and what have you. These guys, when they're dancing, they are quick. They charge around and it just started to rain, and there's always that challenge of keeping the lens clean, you know. But after they'd finished, I'd spoken, I kind of went over and had a little chat with them, and I'm interested, certainly in the UK, we've got some quirky, shall I say quirky? Yeah, quirky traditions, okay, that date back hundreds and hundreds of years. Morris dancing, folk dancing, that kind of thing is there. And as they were dancing, I'm looking at these costumes that they've got. I mean, this is all like, I'm no expert, but embroidery and sewn, and they make them themselves. So after they'd done what they were doing and I documented that, I really wanted to capture some photographs, some close-up photographs to show their costumes. So that's what I got. Classic shot, bells. The guys wear bells so as they're dancing they can make some noise, yeah. So that shot there, it looks like a studio shot. It's not a studio shot, it was taken outside. Literally in the street, they'd finished. Nice technique is get your flash off the top of the camera, okay, by an extension lead, by a radio trigger, whatever works for you. And as you're taking the photograph, you just run the flash over to the left hand side or up above a little bit. The angle will change and you'll just see, you see that little bit of light there, just makes it a little bit more interesting, okay, than straight on. It's too hard if you fire it straight on. And again there. So flash from the side just gives you a little bit more definition. It just makes the photograph more interesting. I just loved all these badges and everything. That's cool. That's a nice little group shot for him. So you know, I met them. They allowed me to do some pictures. I did them a favour back. It's all about sharing stuff. And they said, "Can you take a photograph of me?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." No, or for them. I said, "Yeah, absolutely no problem at all." I took a photograph for them, you know, and sent it to them and what have you, you know. And they can do what they want with it. They put it up on their Facebook page. These people are doing this out of fun, you know. So that's quite cool. What else have we got here? Bit of Christmas. Wrong time of year, so let's find something else. Okay, this was quite interesting. So this was a personal project that I did. I wanted to do something for Halloween. So this is my good friend Luke. He's a good guy, he's into his heavy metal, he's into his rock music, and I said, "You up for a photo shoot?" And yeah, we went off and we did these photographs. I had a particular look and a style that I wanted. I kind of went about it with the approach of a fashion photo shoot for a magazine, okay? But the fact is, he's got a Halloween mask on, but that is the kind of look that I was after. And we got it. It worked well. This is actually an abandoned boathouse by a lake, not a million miles away from here, where I live. Actually, I did a scope from near there, a place called Arundel, a couple of weeks ago. It was really popular. People loved it because there's a beautiful, beautiful castle there, a proper castle. Because yeah, right, we have quite a few castles in this country, but not all of them are as good as Arundel Castle. Google it, you'll see. I must do another scope from there. The 3G or 4G is not very good there, so it's dropping out at times, but I will do another one because it is great to do. So this is a boathouse. I just loved all the graffiti, and the light was good. Low light. Let's see what I can. I don't know whether you can tell us what I was shooting at. I think I've put a bit of flash in there. No, it's stripped the camera info off on there. But don't be afraid. Sometimes you need to push that ISO up to capture your images. There's another shot. It's good to look back at work sometimes, you look back at work and you think, okay, yeah, I might have done that differently, or no, I nailed that. Always learning, never stop learning. My father was a photographer before me, so I guess I'm second generation photographer. I've been doing this for 20, 25, 26 years. But I don't stop learning. Every time I go on a shoot, I learn something new. The only difference is I can go. This was in a same day, different location. We went off. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But yeah, you never stop learning. You really don't. Well, certainly I don't, and I don't want to ever stop learning. And I think that's a good thing about this Periscope and social media and stuff like that. Sharing ideas, sharing knowledge. There's somebody out there look at that and go, no, it doesn't work for me, I hate that picture. People out there that will love that picture. If you love it, send me some hearts though, guys, because that's what it's all about. I need some hearts. But yeah, it's all about sharing knowledge and talking about stuff. And the industry sometimes closes down on itself. I don't know whether it's as open as it should be. I think people should talk about stuff. So these pictures here, let's just skip back to that one. This was done in a car park. The light is magic. The light was beautiful. I'm pretty sure, let's have a quick zoom in on that. I'm pretty sure there's no flash or anything in that. Naturally lit. It's a dream. Why mess around with it? That light was perfect. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful light coming through. A lot of the time I will pre-find locations, and I knew this location actually, but we didn't know whether we were going to have time to get there. Just looking really, he's such a funny guy, and it just makes me laugh when I look at that and go, yeah, it looks so sad, man. This, we literally wrapped up the photo shoot, and we were walking out and we were walking back to the car, and as often the case is, it's like, oh, hang on, no, stop, look, there's a picture. There was nobody here. I think the car was up here, we were parked up here, and I looked down and I thought, man, that's going to make a picture there. You up for that? Yeah, fine. Okay. We'll move on to that one in a minute. So yeah, you sometimes, it's flexibility, you see things. You go to that location another time and it just won't work at all. Just have a little look on Twitter, just see if anybody's picking up. So yeah, so if you haven't got Periscope, follow me on Twitter. You can ask them questions there. Mind you, I would say get the Periscope app, because there's a lot of good stuff happening here at the moment. And man, a couple of days ago I was watching the sunrise out in Australia. And it's good. It's good that people can share stuff and talk about stuff, and you learn some new things, and you find some new people to hang out with, and that's all good. So yeah. So what else have we got here? Let's have a little look. So this, we won't run those ones yet. We'll run these ones there. Okay. So this was a bonfire celebration. Torchlight processions. We kind of do a lot of this kind of stuff in this country. I don't know whether it goes on around the world, but yeah, not a million miles from me is a place called Lewis, and they go crazy. November the 5th, the big kind of bonfire celebrations. But a lot of the towns in the area would do this kind of thing. So they would march, they'd take costumes, they'd march through the town. And each bonfire society, so these guys are from different bonfire societies, and they would dress up. Lighting a nightmare to work with, really is, because of course if you flash that, you've lost all this interesting light, shall we say. But yeah, it took me a while to edit these, you know, because yeah, do you go with that colour cast? You've got to match that colour cast. There's some odd colours coming from here, you know. So yeah, shot this, and off the back of this set of photographs, I put them on my blog and picked up some work, which was nice. So very much documenting it. I photographed this quite a few times, similar events. So this is real kind of, you know, documentary photo essay kind of work. You know, you're working quick, loads and loads of people. You're finding your spot. I think that's probably Gandalf, isn't it? But I love all these costumes. So I'm working on this and I'm photographing this and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I want to do again. I'm interested in their costumes and why they have their costumes. You know? There's a lot of work gone into these. Look at this. I was pleased with that shot. Available light, no flash. One frame. Looks at the camera, big smile. It worked. So, off I go. Do some portrait stuff while I'm there. Again, camera to one side. Flash to one side. SB800, D3 possibly the D800, Nikon. These costumes were so ornate. So much work. That picture was actually for them. They asked me to do a picture for them, so I did, you know, so, yeah. So, what else we got going on? Okay, so, this is from a sequence of photographs that I took. I heard about a cycle track, a velodrome. It's the oldest velodrome in the UK. And I thought, okay, yeah, that sounds quite interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go down and have a little look. And they had a cycle track day down there. They had an event. I think it was a charitable event. So I went down and started taking photographs, you know. Let everybody know who I am. It's about talking to people. Getting access to places is about talking to people. Sharing stuff as well, you know. If they're good enough to let you in and you explain who you are, say to them, you know, send them a few photographs. You know, they're not, you can't make money out of everything you earn, you know. It's you can give back some of the love. They're good enough to let you there, so let them you know, have some photographs. A lot of people just want to do have some photographs for their Facebook page or whatever, you know. This was again November last year, so low light, not particularly great light, but they had this lovely light coming through here. And I just wanted to capture that, so it's just the bank of them going round. Yeah, I think that's looking at that. I was talking about looking at photographs, and you kind of look back, and sometimes you think, yeah, I mean, that hasn't worked at all. Don't know why it's there. Get rid of it. I prefer that. So I wanted to show that the velodrome, so it's in Brighton, it's in a place called Brighton in Sussex, on an edge of a park, and I wanted to show all the houses that are around it. I believe, don't hold me to this, I believe it was built, First World War, the soldiers actually built up a bank there and started riding their spikes there. They've got a problem with funding at the moment. Actually, after I did these photos, they had a bit of a problem, so they can't actually hold any events there. So they're trying to raise money to meet the new rules and regulations and what have you. If you want to see these photographs properly, have a look at my website. These are on there definitely. There's been a bit of slow-mo video as well that I did from while I was down there, because these guys are whizzing past, and it just worked really well. So have a little look, scottramsey.co.uk. Should be able to find them on the blog. If you're watching tonight, say hi. Don't be shy. Share some hearts. Got any questions? Fire them to me. I'll certainly try and help. I wanted this different angle. There were clear shots down here. Sorry, I'm moving the mouse as if you presume that you can all see it, but it might not be the case. So let's point. It was clear here. This is the main bank. Actually, no, sorry. There was a higher bank here which they turn into. There were clear shots here, but I was walking round. I tend to, if I got the time, I explore an area. I will explore different spots. You know, all the photographers you might find are stood here. Yeah, okay, I'll go and have a look here and see what they can find. But just because they're all here, do I want to get exactly the same as them? No, not necessarily. I want to get something slightly different. So this caught my eye, that you got this green fencing and they're going through, and I wanted to get this shot of them just as they're going past. And it worked. I think it worked. I got a few off. Yeah. I think it worked. I don't know what you guys think. Exactly, you know, as you're exploring around, I suddenly see this, you know, the race bike on the back of a van. I just love that, you know, it's just there in amongst all the trees. You've got these cargo containers there. It just like really worked. Yeah, so obviously everything's shot on digitally. It's nice just to ping a shot over every now and again and work on it in black and white. Sometimes I'll go out and everything I see is in black and white, if that makes sense. Colour, yeah, you know, do I prefer one over the other? No, I don't know. I don't think I do. There's times where black and white suits the image, the day, the story better, but colour can work really well. I mean, look at the colour in there, you know, the lycra and the outfits and everything like that, you know. And that muted colour, I was doing a scope earlier on, and we had a lovely, almost like three colours in a photograph. It's almost black and white, but there's still that bit of colour in there. Yeah. So I'm searching for different type of photographs. I shoot for a stock library as well, so you know, not only do I want to document the story there, if I can put some photographs to a stock library, that helps as well. So yeah. So I wanted to show the track. Pin sharp here, blur with these guys going past. This is yeah, okay. So I'm covering the event, and then I see this guy. Let's go back. it just works. Okay, he's got the beard, brilliant. He's got the look, he's got the hat, everything. I chat to him, talk to him, talking to people. Most people will help you. Okay, if you're honest with them and you say, hey, can I take a photograph? I'm a photographer, I'm a semi-pro photographer, I'm an amateur photographer, I just would love to take a photograph. Just go and ask, okay? What's the worst that happens? Alright, you always give them the opportunity to say no. You don't badger them, you know, you don't pester them. If they say no, you can pick up. Alright, you will be able to pick up with their vibes, their eye contact, how they're talking to you, whether they're happy to pose for you and be in the photograph. So I asked him and he was over the moon. Yeah, great, great. Yeah, he said. Again, you take their details and you make sure that you get a copy of them, you know. And now yeah, he follows me on Twitter, I follow him on Facebook and everything, and yeah. So there's a few of these, because at the time that I was processing them, yeah, okay, there's the original. Okay. But it's not the look that I wanted. Okay, I wanted something, I wanted to get some filters over it. I wanted that muted look there. I'll go through slowly, otherwise you're not going to keep up. So I'm just playing around with filters. I pretty much try and get a portrait shot everywhere I go. It might be relevant to why I'm there and what I'm covering or photographing or documenting, or it might be absolutely nothing to do with it, and it might just be an interesting person. Yeah. What else we got here? That's a good example, actually, of always... my dad, he was a photographer, okay? He's no longer with us, but back then, I mean, he started his career on plate cameras, on film, moved on to film. He saw digital evolve at the early days. What was it, D1, or even earlier? Because I was working for a newspaper, so we were getting kitted out with the fast camera, you know, the digital cameras. And it was exciting. God, those cameras were a pain to use. The highlights used to blow on them all the time. Oh man. Anyway, yeah. So we would, yeah. What was I saying? My dad. That's right. He was saying, you know, always keep back on film, or the days of film. You always keep a few frames left over. All right, just in case something happens. It's true news photographer talking there. Just in case something happens, you keep some frames so you can get them. Of course, we don't have to worry so much now because we all carry these mega, you know, large SD cards, and you know, we could shoot hundreds and hundreds of photographs, but it's still relevant. If you've been at an event and you've finished, leave some space in your camera. Don't put your camera in your camera bag as you're walking back to the car. You keep it on your shoulder or around your neck, just because you might see something. So I'd finished the event, okay, and I come in the way and I thought, look, let's do something. And slow shutter speed caught my eye. Boom, we got a camera. We got a photograph. You just do it. You just, you know. But if I put that camera away in the bag, I wouldn't have bothered doing anything. You know, because it's like, oh man, I've got to take the camera out, blah blah blah. Do it, and then you sometimes get a nice shot. Yeah. What else have we got here? Oh, we were talking about colour of black and white. Sometimes I'm in a real black and white mood. Excuse the really, really large copyright there. I don't know quite why that. It's quite an old photograph. Yeah, nearly a year and a half old. So that's some artwork down in Brighton. And this was a black and white day. Just kind of seeing stuff. Let's go over to these. Brighton Pier, did a scope from there last weekend. This is a winter shot. January time. Oh, I love the beach when it's quiet like this. You know, you spend a lot of time just wandering around. Just caught my eye. Yeah, it's quite a subtle little bit of artwork outside the shop. I don't even know whether that's still there actually, because I was down there last weekend and I haven't seen that, but it could be. So this is the West Pier. Well, it's called the West Pier in Brighton. There was the pier we saw earlier on. So this is still working. Everything, you can go along here, and there's amusements down the end here. So this is the West Pier. Actually, a tweet's just come through, and it's just reminded me that I was scoping, and hopefully sometime soon I'm going to scope again from down there. It's the i360, possibly tomorrow, but I will put that on hold. But and I have to let you know, so follow me and you might be able to catch that. So the i360, which is going to be the world's largest observation tower, is built, if you imagine the beach is behind me where I'm stood to take this photograph, it's being built there. So this is the West Pier. As you can see, pretty derelict now, but every time you go down there, summer's day, winter's day, I always seem to get a photograph of the West Pier. Yeah, I like that picture. I still like that picture. Some people will look at that, okay, because it's quite wide, there's a bit of distortion on it. Horizon's pretty good. See how that's just bending out a little bit there? I don't worry too much. You know, maybe an architectural photographer will want that absolutely, you know, straight. To be fair, you know, these things have seen some rough weather, and there used to be, so along here there used to be, this was the walkway. So you would go along here or across all like a decking, and then you would go here, and I believe there's like a ballroom and a dance hall down here. So you know, this is probably not straight anyway. But to me that doesn't, you know, for me to capture that image, it's wide anyway. The way I wanted that image, it was wide. I wanted the waves coming in here. I wanted this sky. I wanted, you know, you got little seagulls sat there. So technicalities don't worry me too much. I remember editing this picture and it took me forever, because the camera hadn't had its sensor cleaned for quite some time, because I'd been so damn busy. And oh man, I had like boom, 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 everywhere, and I just spent a good part of an hour just cloning out all the censored marks. Dust on the sensors, mad, absolutely mad. Oh, there we go. Look, there's a straighter one. Slightly different angle, but yeah, it didn't work in black and white colour. It was definitely a black and white photograph. I used to put this font on everything that I sent out. Now I don't. I haven't done for probably over about a year and a half. It's so in your face, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, I can't believe. You know, I just put a nice little script font on here, just quite small. Because let's face it, if people are going to steal your photographs, they're going to steal your photographs from online anyway. I don't want to show you everything, because we'll probably do another scope another time. Okay, I was talking about dogs. Actually, what I might do is I might cut this short and I might come back. I'm going to give you a little taster. Yeah.